Hey guys, it's time to talk about Quest 1 Level 2. A couple of really important things here. This is where we actually define culture. The ideas and the answers that you come to in this particular level are really going to inform pretty much the entire rest of the year in this class. So I want you to take this level seriously. I want you to consider your answers carefully. I want you to pay very close attention to the sources. We do get into the Springboard book now for the first time. So this level opens with some initial work. When you hear the word culture, just before you've learned anything in this class, when you hear what do you think culture is? What makes up a person's culture? And then we're going to skip over to Crash Course Sociology, where they're going to talk about things related to culture. And I'm going to be using Crash Course a lot. If you did Level 1A, you saw there was some Crash Course Psychology. A little bit later in the semester, there's some Crash Course Philosophy. And of course, there's the Crash Course Literature stuff, where we will definitely be talking about. There's even some Crash Course History. Okay, basically, I wish I was John Green. Just because I have a teacher crush on John Green doesn't mean that the stuff you learn in those Crash Course videos isn't actually important. It's things like norms and values and subcultures and cultural identity, which if you were paying attention to the introduction to this level, you know cultural identity is your embedded assessment. So pay attention to these videos, learn something from them. Finally, when we get near the end of this level, there is a video about a particular subculture. And if you don't know what a subculture is, I mean, it might be kind of obvious in the definition, but anyway, they talk about it in the Crash Course videos. But this particular subculture is bronies. That is grown men who like My Little Pony. Now, you're probably laughing and you're probably thinking, man, Bullock is crazy. He's making us learn about brony. The point is not that you need to be a brony or that I'm a brony, because I'm not. Really, I swear. The point is that this video does a nice job of identifying what it is about bronies that makes them a subculture, because your final activity in this level is to do some kind of non-written presentation or non-written project where you talk about or identify your own subculture. What is a subculture that you belong to? And it could be something as simple as basketball fans, or it could be something as complex as, bronies, but less weird. I do want to talk a little bit about the rubric for this level, because as I said, you do have this non-written representation of your subculture that is coming. And I want you to know what you need to be able to do to be successful on that. Okay, first of all, you see some reading standards. Yes, you're going to be doing some reading. There's also a media literacy standard down there at the bottom, because I want you to pay attention to the videos. But it's the two in the middle, the argument and the presentation. Okay, so the argument is really, this is the part that is written, but it's a paragraph, and where you justify, remember that word from level 1, you justify why you chose this subculture to do your non-written representation of. So you're basically explaining to me, you're giving me some evidence why this subculture is important and really defines who you are. There's also this presentation standard that says that your non-written representation of a subculture clearly defines the subculture and shows effective evidence of that subculture and its effect on you. So it's not enough to say the subculture is goth, and then you go to the internet and you pull out some pictures of people dressed gothy, or a definition of goth. It's not enough to say basketball fans, and then there's a single photograph of you in a Bucks jersey. Like, that is not sufficient as a representation of how this subculture is really about you. That's what you need to do. Convince me, show me that this subculture is who you are. Good luck.